Okay, in our previous lecture, we have used the Create Pages Node API, and we have iterated through our GraphQL that gives us the slugs, and we have printed those slugs in our console. Now, in this lecture, we would want to create a template for our blog posts, and we would want to create a blog post for each and every slug that we have generated. So now, first what we would need to do is to create our blog post layout. So in our layouts here, let's create a new file and type blog post layout.js. And there we would want to copy our primary layout here, as we do not want to type everything. And let's paste it here and change our primary layout name. By pressing Ctrl and F2, you're going to select both of them and you can edit them both. So let's type a blog post layout. And now what we would need to do is delete this, and let's create our div where we're going to say hello, this is a blog post page, and give a comma here. Okay, so now what we would need to do is go back in our Gatsby Node.js file. Now here what we would need to do is to delete our console log. So delete that and provide curly brackets. And inside those curly brackets, we would need to use our create page action. So remember that we have imported our actions here. We would need to disrupt from those actions our create page. So on top here, let's type const, and in curly brackets, let's type create page. So basically this will help us create our pages, and this is going to come from actions. Okay, now what we would need to do is to iterate through all of our slugs and make a for each. For each and every slug we would need to create a page. So let's type result, and here we would need to access data, and there all markdown remark, and here we would need to access our nodes, and for each node we would want to create a function that's going to handle each and every node. Okay, so now let's create a page for each and every node here, or for each and every slug that we get. So let's provide curly brackets, and here we would need to provide some arguments to our create page. So the first argument is going to be a path, and for our path we would need to provide node fields.slug. And here we would get the slug for our current node, and we would need to provide our component that we would need to resolve. However, to resolve the path to that component, we would need to import on top a path which is going to come from path. So here, this is going to resolve our path to this component. So let's type path resolve, and here we would want to provide in quotes the path to our layout. So let's go find it, src layouts blog post layout. Okay, so now what we would want to do is to stop our developer server and run it again. So if you're running your developer server, stop it and type gatsby develop. Okay, so now what we can do here is let's first see if everything is fine. Okay, and we can go to / first blog post. As you can see, we have rendered our blog post layout here. Now in our next lecture, we're going to provide the information for that article in here, and we're going to load it dynamically. So this is it for this lecture. See you in the next one.